Hi beauty babes, welcome back to my channel. My name is Martha and this is Martha's Makeup, obviously. I'm really glad to be back here with you. Today's video is going to be a bit different. It's not going to be a typical tutorial. We are going to do, you've seen the title, obviously you know what's going down. We are going to do British makeup versus Polish makeup. Because obviously, as most of you hopefully know, I am Polish, born and raised typical Polish woman, and I moved to the UK about 2 years ago for university. And I do see, as in kind of a outsider, I do see a lot of differences in how Polish women do their makeup and British women do their makeup. Today's video is supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be light-hearted in a really light, funny spirit. So it's not meant to offend anyone. I'm going to take the piss equally from Polish women and from British women. So no offense, please, taken. Yeah, so today's video is going to be a bit more comedic, let's say, hopefully. And that's what we're going to do today. Maybe I'm going to do the typical British and typical Polish makeup, so the things you see on the street, not the professional makeup artist side of things, but more the typical British and Polish natural women. That's what's going down. And I hope that maybe sometime next week I'm going to do a video of professional Polish makeup and professional British makeup. So how Polish makeup artists and British makeup artists do the makeup, and because there are differences in that as well. But for today, we are just gonna have a bit of a laugh, and we're going to just see how normal Polish and British women do their makeup. So stay tuned, and if you want to see that, keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is obviously to prime, yes. My face is already primed with Paese Hydrobase as usual, and then we are we are moving on to foundation. So for the British side of my face, I'm going to use some Avon Lux foundation, whatever, that I actually borrowed from my mom, just because British one, I think they just feel like, you know, they want to be a bit more tanned than they actually are. So what I've noticed is a lot of British girls are actually using foundation that is too dark for them. And I'm not judging, maybe they just like that. While Polish women are usually quite pale and they are using foundation that sometimes is even too light for them, and British women just like to go full on and just do, oh my god, and just do that. So let's just ignore the fact that it looks really bad and that is too yellow and too dark for me, because that is what we are going for today. Like, we're going full on British. Would you like a cup of tea, darling?
So I'm just tapping that foundation in and just blending it at all the difficult spaces, as you can see. Although it is quite hard to blend, it is quite patchy, but we are doing our best, guys.
Okay. So another funny thing that British women love to do is not blend that foundation down to the neck. Maybe they just want to, you know, mask themselves. Whatever. I mean, darling, if you're using a darker foundation than your actual skin tone, which is a no-no in general, at least blend it down your neck. But no, I mean, it's fine. Let's just keep to the mask. I mean, honey, it's not a look for me. So now for the Polish side of my face, I'm using my usual Fit Me Maybelline foundation in the color 103. So that is my color. Maybe even some even say that it's too light for me, so it's perfect for the Polish side, because we don't like to be tanned for some reason. We just want to be full on pale. And it's fine as well. Oh my god, that one is blending so much better. Like, I have nothing against Avon. Like, I used to shop at Avon sometimes. And honestly, it's fine. But, darling, foundations, no. They just don't work. Like, look how patchy that is. Oh my god. I don't know if you can see that on the screen, but Maybelline, thank you for the Fit Me line. And thank you for the way it's blending. There we go. That is my British Polish foundation face. Now we're going to obviously use the concealer. So for the Polish side, I'm using the Paese Brightening Concealer in the color 01. Ah, that was a bit much. Don't be shy, put some more. It's never too much. It's never too much. And for the British side, I'm using the Rimmel London Wake Me Up concealer that I hope still works, because it's quite old. Yes, it does, and it is a bit too dark for me as well, but that's fine. That's what we are going for.
So again, now I'm just blending that concealer into my skin under my eyes so they look a bit lighter. And then I'm blending the other British side as well with another sponge just to keep it all nice and clean.
Okay, so the next step is obviously setting my face, setting those under eyes. I'm going to use the same powder for both sides, so the Paese Rice setting powder. I'm going to just take a bit on my puff. The time has come for the brows. So I'm gonna use my Rimmel Insta Fix and Go, spray a bit on my brow soap. I mean, it's a normal soap, we already talked about this, like a normal soap is fine. And for the British side of things, I feel like their brows are a lot thicker, because Polish women for some reason like to have like really skinny, thin brows. Like, you know, in the 60s or 80s or whatever, just to look like bad.
And now I'm just brushing that soap into my brows and just adding some volume and some shape to it. Well, at least to the British one, because, yeah.
So for the British side of things, I did a full-on fluffy brow, and for the Polish side, I just brushed it with whatever was left on my spoolie to just kind of add a little bit of shape to it, but we are gonna keep that one thin and that one thick. So what we are going to do today for the brows, Maybelline Tattoo Brow for the British side, because we're going hard. Their girls are going hard. British girls like to have a brow, and I mean, when I say a brow, it's a brow. Like, you'll see.
And for that brow, I'm just drawing the shape first. So 2 lines on the bottom and underneath the brow. I'm using the Maybelline Tattoo Brow Gel. So it's nice, strong, and defined, because that is how British women wear the brows, obviously.
So there we have my British brow all complete, carved out with concealer as well. So, as I said, when I mean brow, honey, a brow. So I mean like James Charles 2017 kind of vibes, like that's what we are going for with the British side. And with the Polish side, we're going for a little thin, very weird line. So there we go, we're going in, I'm going in with the next Tame&Frame brow pomade.
And for the Polish brow, I'm using brow pomade so to keep it a bit more light. And
There we go, my Polish little skinny, thin, shy brow. She's shy, darling. She's just shy. all complete. And we've got the carved out little thin tail here, because for some reason Polish women like to have a thick brow in the beginning and then a little skinny tail. It's almost not there, but it is. So that's what is going on. Let me know in the comments which brow you like more. And then we are obviously going to move on to the eyes, the most fun part. So I'm going to prime both of my eyes with the NYX eyeshadow base. I'm just going to put some on my beauty sponge and just prime both my eyes.
And I'm just priming those eyes, make sure they are all covered in primer and they are not creased anywhere, so the shadow actually blends in nicely. And don't forget your under eyes as well.
Okay, so both eyes are primed. So for the British side, we are going for a bit of a darker eyeshadow cute look, because if one thing that I actually noticed about the British women, that they do use more eyeshadow than the Polish women. Polish women usually just go for the eyeliner wing and call it a day, whilst British women do go in with the eyeshadow, which is quite cool. It doesn't always end well for them, let's say. But at least they try, so it's fine. Whilst Polish women don't really try. They either do just a little like eyeliner and as I said, call it a day, or they just do a little bit of a smoky eye, but not really a full-on smoky eye, but just a tiny bit, just darker on the outer corner, and hey, there's a smoky eye. Woohoo. So we are for the British side of things. Unfortunately, I do not have fake. I mean, I do have fake lashes that falsies that you stick on, but I don't have false lashes that actually, go on your eye and stay there. British women are obsessed with false lashes. Every single British girl that you see on the street, well, maybe every other British girl that you see on the street, is going to have false lashes, and probably that kind, that not the natural kind that looks just nice and a bit longer than your natural lashes, the kind that actually goes up to the brow and is just like looks like a little fan, and they probably make wind when they blink. Okay, so for the British side of things, I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Nude palette because I feel like it just fits the scheme the most. Let's just go with some pinks and some light browns and blend them all together. So I'm starting with the shade Tease on a Morphe M456, and I'm going to put that in the outer corner.
So I'm using that shade in the outer corner and then blending it into the crease a little bit, just to create that light shape of a cut crease, but it's not going to be a full cut crease. You'll see in a second. Yes.
Ooh. Honey, that shade is stunning. If not for the circumstances that I'm actually creating that eye look in, I would be in love. That shade really is stunning. So now to blend it out a bit, I'm using my Morphe M433, and I'm using the shade, what shade am I using? Teddy. I'm going to use the shade Teddy to blend it out.
And I'm just blending the edges slightly with slight movements of the brush, so it doesn't all blend together, but just the edges are nice and puffy.
And now we're going to cut the crease, just a tiny little bit, like a half of a cut crease, and put some shimmer there.
So as you can see now, I'm just using my normal, usual, no-name concealer to slightly cut the crease, and then I will be using the Huda Beauty palette again, the nude one, and the shade Daydream to put on that crease, and just look how I'm just talking about how amazingly shimmery it is. I just love that shade, to be honest, and I could wear it every single day. So yes, it does look stunning. It is beautiful. It is there. It makes my eyes pop. So yeah, and then I'm just gonna add a little bit of that previous shade just to blend it with the Daydream, and doing the lower lash line as well with the exact same shade. Nothing too crazy. And there we go. It's all blended now.
There we go. So that is my British eye all complete. I should use probably some bigger lashes, but I currently don't own them. So we just need to stick to that. And now for the Polish side, we're going to start with a normal black liner. And then we're just going to blend it out a little bit on the outer corner with some dark shadows. And call it a day, because that's obviously what we do as Polish women. We just go with the liner and that's it.
So I'm just starting with drawing two lines, then connecting them together to create a, well, not a little, but a wing.
Yes, as you already noticed, we are not shy with that liner. No, no, no. We, as Polish women, we are not shy with our eyeliner. Let me tell you that. So for the smokes, I'm using the Huda Beauty Smoky Obsessions. I'm just going to take some on my small flat brush, Morphe M124. And I'm just going to pick some dark brown shadow.
And I'm just blending that eyeliner with the dark brown shadow, and I'm just putting it to the crease and just in the outer corner, blending it with a little bit bigger brush just to make everything nice and smoked, if that makes sense.
So we're just gonna add some spark to that lid so it's not so dead. I'm just using the lightest sparkly shade from that palette right here. And yeah, just don't care where you put it, just, go with it. We're gonna make the liner a bit more visible just because it's faded with the blending a little bit. And yeah, let's just call it a day, because that's what we do. So that is the Polish eye all complete. I'm just gonna quickly go with camera, pop a lash on, and be right back. So now on to my almost favorite part when it comes to British women, at least, bronzing. Because we don't only use a dark foundation, we also use a hell lot of bronzer, ladies. Because for some reason, in case the foundation wasn't enough, in case we are not tanned enough, in case we want those cheekbones to be there when they are obviously not there most of the times, that's where we go. So I'm going to use a lot on the British side.
Yes, and I'm just putting that bronzer everywhere around my face. I'm bronzing my forehead a lot, even though I have a small forehead, so I don't really need to. And then adding some more bronzer because, girl, just go for it. Go for it. We are going British. And then in the Polish side, I'm only bronzing the cheekbone and just slightly. We don't really bronze the forehead or the jawline for some reason. And then just the nose on the British side as well, because the Polish side just doesn't do that. Looks quite weird, yes, I know, but hey, that's what we are going for today. And just the highlight in the end, we love a bit of highlight on the British side. Well, a lot of highlight on the British side. Yeah.
And now, last but not least, the lips. So, in Britain, dear ladies, what we do is we contour our lips first with a darker shade that we are actually gonna use on the rest of the lips, but not like naked tutorial style. I mean, darker, and don't blend it afterwards. Let's try that. So these are those both looks for you, all complete, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you laughed a little bit and had some fun. Please remember, it was all supposed to be fun and games. It was all supposed to be in a light-hearted, funny way. So I hope nobody's offended. That was not my intention at all. I do my makeup sometimes like that and sometimes like that, whatever I'm feeling that day. So please trust me, it's all supposed to be funny and comedic, not offensive, if that makes sense. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see a video where I do Polish and British makeup the way actual Polish and British makeup artists do it, please let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments below which look you like better, which one you do on yourself maybe. And yeah, please subscribe to my channel. Make sure you leave this video a big thumbs up. And follow me on my Instagram. There, I hope. Or there. Follow me on my Instagram and yes, subscribe to my channel and see you in the next one.